Okay, my name is Mark Terry. I'm a PhD candidate at York University in Toronto, Canada. Well, I've been making film, basically, documentary films, since 2009 for the United Nations. My first film was called The Antarctica Challenge, A Global Warning, and I did that for the Copenhagen Conference in 2009. And what we found at the time was the delegates really responded well to the visualizations of data. And so because of that, I was asked to make another film, this time a documentary about the Arctic, and bring that to the COP16 conference in Cancun. And that film was called The Polar Explorer, where we showed all scientific research being done in the Arctic, and we also updated what was happening in Antarctica. But because I couldn't do that every single year, we came up with a new idea called the Youth Climate Report. And that idea was to curate videos produced by young people around the world where they would interview their own climate scientists in their respective countries. And we would put them together in a 45-minute feature that we showed at the COP conferences. This year we did something a little different. We created what's known as a multilinear, interactive, database documentary film project presented on a geographic information system map. Now that's a very fancy way of saying it's a Google map containing a lot of video reports. And in collaboration with the UNFCCC and Television for the Environment, we were able to collect 181 films from the Global Youth Video Competition they held this year. In addition to that, other students contributed videos that they made themselves from all over the world, giving us a grand total of 250 video reports of climate research for the COP22 conference this year. Yeah, it's a very good question. You know, the participation of youth in this project is very important because what it does is it allows that the scientists will explain the complex scientific data to a young person at a level that the delegates here can understand. So often when the delegates at these conferences are reading scientific text, a lot of the jargon is very complex and sophisticated, and they tend not to understand it. But by having a visualization through video, not only of the data being explained, but to have it explained to a young person gives them a level of comprehension that they can understand. Well, this has been a very important project for the negotiators to use to enhance the written text that they rely on to come up with the policy that they write here at these conferences. Once again, by looking at a video and seeing a lot of the data represented from work in the field, presented by the same scientists who authored the text that they often read for this work, it just helps enhance their understanding, and they can have a more robust contribution to creating specific policy based on the various climate issues they discuss at these conferences.